Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am giving you this makeup look. I rambled a lot throughout the video, so let's just get right to it. Alright guys, so I already have my eyebrows and my eyelids primed. I just use concealer and powder, set them and forget them. I'm going to start off with priming my face. I usually prime my face every single time before I start my eyeshadow. So I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I'm just trying it out before I actually buy the full thing. But so far I've really been liking it because it primes the skin really well by moisturizing it, but once it sets down a little bit, it's like tacky, and I really like that. See, like once it sets in, it's a little sticky, and I like that because it's gonna keep my foundation from sliding around. So I just started off with that. I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. I know I use this a lot in my makeup tutorials, but this palette genuinely has a lot of great colors, especially the transition shades. I love them. And it's very versatile, so obviously I really like using this. I'm going to jump right in with a Wet n Wild blending brush, and we're going to jump into this. Oh, let me look at this. We're going to jump into this color right here. I'm just picking up on my blending brush, and so lately I've been starting by putting my blending brush in my upper inner corner here, about underneath my brow bone, and then diffusing outwards towards my tail and the outer part. Just picking up more and really blending that, and I'm using circular motions and windshield wiper motions, and I have my brush at the very end of my hand, or I'm holding the brush towards the very end so that I can very kind of like softly diffuse it. If I was holding it up here, it'd be more of a forced blend, but I just want to really softly place this color into my crease until I like it at the desired pigmentation. We're going to do the same thing on the other eye. Again, placing my brush very close to the inner corner and then blending outwards. I carved my brows out for the first time in a long time today, and I'm actually really enjoying it. I need to get my brows done. They're a little hairy. I'm too lazy to really clean them up right now. We have moved, and pretty much, I'm going to explain this really quickly. My husband is military. He doesn't want me to speak about what branch. That's why we are here in England. We are stationed over here. We were living off base, and now we're living in a house not given to us, but we're living in a house on base. So, you know, it's bigger, it's better, has American plugs and British plugs, so it makes it a lot easier. But I will give you a little bit of a house tour later on and an update more so in another video, maybe with the house tour. But yes, my husband is military. That's all I really want to speak about. I'm going to be picking up this one right here, and I'm going to be picking up with the same brush, and I'm going to be blending, and this time I'm starting on my outer corner because I want to focus mainly on the outer corner now. And I'm placing that on the outer corner, creating a V and bringing it into my crease. I'm keeping it lower than where I placed that first transition shade, not bringing it up as high, not blending as high up towards my brow bone as I did with the first color. And building up to the pigmentation that I would like. But yes, we moved. It's a really nice house. At the moment, this is my filming room / makeup room, and there's nothing else in here. My husband has his own area for his computer now, but you know, it's really empty, so sorry if it echoes. Also, this base that we live on is supposedly haunted, and I don't fuck with that shit. The bitch is scared. When I hear some noises, I'm like, ignore it. Don't acknowledge it. So I'm picking up that color here, and again, I'm really focusing these colors on the outer V. So I'm starting here, and I'm just placing it here on the outer corner and dragging it in at first just to get the most color there. And then I'm slowly working it into the crease by moving up with a little bit of small circular motions. Better not start barking. And just dragging into my crease, really just keeping it in one place. I'm not moving my brush upwards to blend. I'm just keeping it in that crease and just doing a windshield wiper motion just to drag the color in a little bit. I always go back and forth with the blending brush that I first put the transition shades on with. Whoops. And I blend. I look very pale on my chest. Oh, God. I know I'm pale, but dang. I'm super pale. It makes me sad. Alright, so the next shade that I'm going to go into is this shade right here. This shade right here. I don't want to dig my nails into it because these are brand new and I don't want to dig them. So you're going to pick up that shade, very lightly tapping into this because this is a very pigmented color. And I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. Again, bringing it lower, not blending it in as much to my crease. I'm actually not going to bring this color into my crease too much. It's on the outer V. And I'm just blending away. I really enjoyed working at Starbucks again. It was very fun. I made one of my best friends there, Stephanie. I'm really gonna miss it. I've made other friends there that are really great. They're awesome. But my time at Starbucks has come to an end. Who knows, I might go back. It's an easy job. I know how to do it. So we'll see if I go back. So next I'm gonna move on to black. I wanted to darken this eyeshadow look up. I wanna go dramatic because I feel like my looks have mostly been pinks lately. Don't want to keep doing that. I'm going to go into the black here. And I know this is called Abyss because Abyss used it once. Get it? Like a bitch. But like not. I'm sorry. Being alone is lonely right now. So I'm trying to make myself laugh. I'm going to pick up on the same brush. But I'm really lightly tapping it. I'm not even getting much of it on the actual whole brush. I'm just tapping the very tip in it. And going to put that in my V. Or in my outer V. Not in my other V. And with this, you don't have to put as much black eyeshadow as you want. You can do a light black. You can leave it to the shadow we had beforehand. But I want some dramaticness. You know, bring it a little bit into the crease. Alright, so I'm going to go into the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm going to be picking up Primavera. This is my favorite gold shade of all time. It's so beautiful and it is just a wonderful, like true gold. I'm going to put that on my lid. And I am using a flat concealer brush to do this. And I'm dragging about 3/4 of the way, kind of stopping here so I can blend the shadows together so they're not so harsh. I'm going to go in with my fluffy blending brush from Wet n Wild and I'm going to kind of just diffuse the edges a little. I don't want to put back more color. I don't want to put more black, so I just really want to use this to just lightly blend everything. Alright, so I'm going to pick up these two colors, the darkest shades Abyss and Soda Pop, and I'm just going to use these on a really tiny shading or flat, like, what do they call this? Concealer brush. It's like a super tiny brush. And I'm going to smoke. And I'm going to smoke my little lash line, so when I put my lashes on, they aren't like skin peeking through if I don't put it in close enough. I've recently tried out this L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick and it's foundation. It's a foundation stick and it is in the color tan. This is a little bit too dark for me, but I have really liked it. I know there's been like a big craze on foundation sticks lately. I know a lot of places. I do want to try the Wet n Wild one, so hopefully I can get my hands on that one soon. But there wasn't much color selection for these bad boys. I've used this a couple times, I really like it. It's very, when it goes on, I don't really like the feeling of it going on because it feels very oily, but I love the coverage of it, the look of it. I don't know, it's just really nice. It settles into my skin nicely. I don't really have any issues with it. It doesn't break me out. So I really like this. I wish there was more color selection so I can get my color, but like the shade below at my drugstore literally looks too light, and the shade next is way too dark, you know, so I'm just going to use concealer to lighten it, and I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me. This is in the shade 20, and this is in Sand Sable. This is a color that I use all the time to either like I used it to block out my brows, or I used it to carve out my brows on top, because I don't like that stark white look of using a lighter color on top, and it really just blends in with my skin tone. And I like to just slap this baby on. This adds a matte finish to it. It helps kind of reduce that like oily appearance that the L'Oreal foundation does. And I'm just gonna put this on my neck as well. So I'm gonna use this and blend everything together. Y'all know the drill. I like to beat my face, literally and makeup wise. I also applied some chapstick to my crusty lips. So next I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and this is in the color Light Medium Beige. I used this concealer when it first came out, and I think they must have reformulated it, because this thing is like full coverage. At least for me, I don't think it's full coverage. It is easy to blend. It settles into my skin really well. I just love this concealer, love it. I like this a lot. I'm glad I picked it up, because the first time I tried it, it felt really liquidy. I don't remember it being this nice, and I don't remember liking it as much as I do now, so it must have reformulated. I'm sorry, I am slouching because my mirror is not properly placed up. Like, look at that. That looks great. Ew. Looks gorgeous. I picked up the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Sweep and Lock Translucent Setting Powder, and this is in translucent. This is literally just translucent, and my god, this powder is great. Oh, it's a lot on my hand. And I just use my beauty blender and I pick it up. I don't bake, I just press it in. So start by looking up and I press this in. This thing makes my skin so smooth. It blurs my pores, and I love it. And it doesn't, other setting powders that are loose, that have at least some color in it, have made me look, either it makes my concealer oxidize yellow, like really yellow, or it just doesn't sit on my skin properly, or it doesn't mix well with the concealers I generally use. But this one, which is just translucent and it's usually stark white, and that's something I like to stay away from because I do have some skin tone. I am a little bit usually tanner, so this kind of white powders have left a white cast on me, but this, oh my goodness, where have you been all my life? I never wanted to buy it because it was freaking $11. But wow, this powder is definitely worth it. And I don't really buy high-end powders because it's cheap. I'd rather pay $30 for a palette. So this was definitely worth it. I will definitely be repurchasing this because this crap has changed the makeup game for me. Like, look at that. I'm matte, but I look so smooth. Like, my god. Look so incredibly smooth. There's been something that I've wanted for so long but couldn't justify the fucking price of this. This is $16, people. $16. I mean, I've tried it. It's really good, but I don't think it's worth $16. Like, Jesus. And I looked at the brush that they gave me. It's a fucking sponge brush. It's like those doe foot applicators that you get on the, is that called a doe foot applicator? No. Those like horrible ones, even like cheap eyeshadow palettes. Moving on, I'm going to take this Coastal Scents brush that is tapered, and I'm going to pick up this butter bronzer. This is in the shade Bronzer. Alright, I'm just going to bronze the shit on my face, even though I don't need it. But I like to look tan. I look skinny. I was told by my husband, treat yourself. So I took it literally and treated myself to an expensive ass bronzer. Next, I'm gonna go into blush. You know the drill. I usually use either Luminosa or Rose d'Or, and I grabbed Luminosa. We're gonna use Luminosa today. Now, blush up my cheeks before my camera dies. Ooh, that's actually a really pretty combo. I actually don't even know if I tried this with. Oh god, and you know I like to blush up the tip of my nose. I'm going to highlight with my Opal highlighter. This is the Becca Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Opal, and I'm just going to use a Real Techniques like small setting brush to put this on. Pop this on the cheekbones, you know. Go a little hammer. Pop that on the nose. Pop that on the other cheekbone. And I love my highlights, so I do go overboard sometimes. But you know, it's okay. Actually, I'm gonna go with the Smashbox Photo Focus Primer Water, and I'm going to spray that on my face. All right. I do spray a lot of it. Like my chest is now glistening from being wet. And I use my beauty blender and I just bounce that into my skin. So if there's any extra powder or like just sitting on top of my skin, I'm just melting that in there, just pressing it in so it just looks more like skin. I love this effect, and it also helps my highlighter not look so like patchy, or if it's too light it doesn't look like a stripe there or cause that cast. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's what I do. I'm gonna mix my shades. I'm too lazy to go step by step. I usually just mix the colors that I use. So I'm using that first one, the second one, and the third one that we used. And I am just using a pencil brush to smoke out my lower lash line. And I really like to smoke it out, especially when I do looks like these or I have lashes on. I feel like it really brings the look together. I mean, do you? You don't have to smoke out your lower lash line. You can just leave it like that. That's a look, but I like to complete it. And then I'm gonna pick up like the tiniest amount of black in that Soda Pop color, so that Abyss and Soda Pop, and I'm gonna go really close to my lash line. And if I stab myself, it was all worth it. Ooh, so close. Alright, that's all I'm gonna do for my lower lash. Alright, that's all I'm gonna do for my lower lash. I can't speak. Alright, that's all I'm gonna do for my lower lash line. And now I'm going to highlight my inner corner and my brow bones. I'm gonna go jump back to this Modern Renaissance palette, and I am going to use a mixture of, no, I'm actually gonna use Vermeer, I think that's the shade here. That's that shade, and I'm gonna use that on a fluffy brush. Oh, that's a lot of pigment. And I'm gonna put that on my inner corner, just to really add a pop of color. And I'm gonna put that under my brow bone. Alright guys, that's the finished look. And for my lips, I use the Color Icon lip pencil in Chestnut from Wet n Wild. This L'Oreal Infallible Paints. These are the matte collection, and this is in the color 342 Tongue-Tied. There it goes. I didn't even see that last part. And then I used this lip gloss just to blend it all together. This is the Tarteist Lip Paint in Insta Famous. These are my go-to colors for whenever they want to do a nude look or a nude lip. I don't want to go too bright on the lips because my eyes are the main focus. These are the colors that I go for. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I'm really sorry that it's been a while since I filmed. I hope I can get back into the normal spin of things. I know I said it a lot, but We are no longer moving. I'm going to be having 24/7 to devote for you guys because I'm going to be no longer working, and that's one of the big things, a big plus of why I wanted to quit as well. I really wanted to devote to making videos because this is a passion of mine and I love it. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below what you'd like to see next, and I'll see you in the next video.